myself. My name is Miroslava, and I am a former chairman of Youth Christian Democrats of Slovakia, which is the youth political organization, the oldest one in Slovakia, which was established in 1990 as the first youth organization after the Iron Curtain fall and the communism was defeated. The new democratic system has gained the Slovak Republic. We can use the next slide. As I mentioned, it's the oldest, the biggest youth organization, and we have branches all around Slovakia. As maybe all of you know, Slovakia has 5.2 million inhabitants, and 2.2 million of these are youth from 0 to 35 years old. So it's a huge amount of young people, and we offer for them to become a member, to be active, to discuss the problems, to be active in politics, to become a member of the local parliament, and to react to what's new in the political life, and to express their own opinions. Next slide. So first, we do three most important things. First of all, we educate young people about the system, about the Europe, about the local parliament, about the national parliament, and about the possibilities what can young people do to have an impact. It's our motto. We learn young people have an impact. Second, we organize political happenings. That means, like for example, the 17th of November is our national holiday because it's the day when the communism fell down. Hundreds of people were in the streets and protesting. And in the same day, our present Prime Minister went to Moscow and he didn't celebrate this beginning of freedom. So we brought all professional Russian parents from the House of Parliament to express that we do not agree with this step that he went to Moscow, but he didn't remember the beginning of freedom in our country. So it's one of the possibilities of how we express our feelings and the feeling of young people and their ideas. The third point is the importance of democracy. Sometimes it's possible to go between the young people into the schools. There we discuss what does it mean democracy, what does it mean social regime, what does it mean liberalism and other ways of governing the country. And we discuss the differences and shape these young people what was better before and what's better now. And we see that this civic education in our country is really underestimated and there is a lot of things to be done. Next slide. And well, the topic now is the youth unemployment. Slovak Republic has some not very popular for this, but we have the second worst unemployment of young people in the European Union. It's the second worst. After Romania, it's about 34%. So there is a lot of things to do and challenges to accomplish. The source is European Commission. This is the average unemployment in Slovakia. Average, so it's about 10%, but 35 is about the young people up to 35 years. So we can go further. We as the Youth Christian Democrats in Slovakia are a member of big family of Youth EPP. It's one of the sections or fractions in the European Parliament, and together we cooperate with 57 center-right youth organizations, what means to get a voice of 1.6 million young people all around Europe, including Norway, Switzerland, and so on. And it's from 39 countries. So since 1997, the founding council was held here in Bratislava. We are cooperating with this organization to have a stronger voice over the Europe of young people. Further, and what we done according to the youth unemployment, we signed a white paper decreasing the young unemployment in the Europe. There are three main parts or points. You can see them here. I will not read them because you can see. The most important is to create skill-based education camps where people get the working experience, because a lot of people have lack of working experience before they enter the job market. Then, well, it's like a big goal, but at least the minimum bureaucracy for young entrepreneurs when they want to start a business, there is a lot of barriers they have to overtake. it should be much easier in Slovak. And we also unite it in the whole Europe, like the system of how to set up the business. So we can go further. This is a declaration, which we call the white paper, was signed by 28 presidents of young organizations. And next slide. It was supported by also the former European Commissioner Michel Barnier. And there was a following step that every country which signed this white paper was meeting their prime ministers or their presidents of parties or ministries and make a pressure that these are our goals. You should find out a way how to help our young people to get more jobs, more possibilities to join this job market. So we should go further. So we also organized several discussions with the members of European Parliament, with analysts, with economists, and together with students, because this was held on the dormitory where a lot of students live. So they had a direct possibility to discuss their opinions, experience, and the possibilities for the future. So next slide. Another meeting was, for example, was the first one where we signed a white paper. It held in Bucharest, in Romania, in 2014. And last year we had another meeting in Athens, where we discussed the possibilities of support for young entrepreneurs by supporting the startups and the new businesses. Because we know that every country has its own rules how to set up business. The main idea of this meeting was to set up united agenda how to set up business and support young entrepreneurs. So it's a long way to start with this, but we had already a meeting with Jean-Claude Juncker and presented them our ideas. He was really interested in this. So the next slide is our social media and social networks where you can find our activities of Young Christian Democrats. We are on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and do you know this man? It's MailChimp, yes, so you can also get our information by this way of communication. Because on the next slide, you can find our website and our contact, and you can get the information. Till now, we are mostly in Slovak, but I think these days it's not a problem to use a Google Translator to communicate each other or ask us in the English any questions. So I would like to open the floor if you have any questions regarding our short presentation. Yes?
What does your NGO consider as the main actions that Europe can undertake to create more jobs for young Europeans? Some concrete measures that can be taken?
Yes. As we see, the youth unemployment is really big. So the first step should be to make it easier for employers to employ this kind of person. So it should be like some tax holiday or lower tax when they employ young people which are younger than 35 or younger than 29. It depends on the local law, how the law considers young people till which age. So the first step should be to decrease the tax or even some social payments if they employ young people. And the second one should be promotion of this special working hubs where it can be helped to young people to get more experience before they enter this job market. So some support from government create space for employers to hire young people without experience to get some, maybe during their studies. When they finish, they should enter the job market with already some experience. I think Erasmus Plus already has one of the programs which is for young entrepreneurs. They should go somewhere to get some experience and lower bureaucracy, lower taxes. It should be three main ideas presented. Okay, if there are no more questions, I'm happy that you pay attention and